Let's have a quick look at how your Liberate system will appear to you when you first log in. First part you will see is the list of tasks of the last job that you are on when you logged in as a particular user. Any other users logging on will see their jobs. What you also have are your details of your jobs, your financials of the jobs, and the settings for the jobs, which you can change over here. When you first log on, your settings will be at 0. You can set up your defaults via this button over here, which will allow you to set your defaults for all your jobs and then change them individually over via your settings over here. Your item screen, as we call this whole screen that you're looking at, consists of two main sections. The items part, which lists the tasks, and the resource sections, which lists the resources for all of the tasks. So for an item to exist, it must have a description, it must have a quantity. A 0 quantity will produce an error, and it's a common error. And it must have at least one resource of materials, labor, plant, and subcontractor to produce a price at a cost rate shown over here. Remember, everything is at cost. If you do want to see it at marked up price, simply click that on and off. You can set up custom views over here. So you could, if you want to fine-tune your financials, you can drag this out, set it up alongside or on a separate screen, etc. You could drag this out, set it up on a separate screen or alongside, fine-tune your margins and your costs over here, and you could save this layout as my layout 1. Once you've done that, and you can have as many layouts as you like, you can redock it, or you can put it out like that if you want to save it. You can further customize your screen by moving or sizing any of the columns, so you can make them wider or narrower, and you can reorder them by dragging them if you want to. You can also make the rows, the fields, wider on this button over here. I'm just going to dock this again so you can see it. This button over here will allow you to make your rows wider or narrower. However, when you click on it, such as this one, you will get the full description. Your control button is over here. This gives you your job controls, your admin controls, your help, and obviously your exit. Under job, you can create a new job or open a job, and that will take you to the library, to the job search screen, where you can either search for a job or look under your colleagues' jobs if you're on a multi-user system and open any jobs that you are allowed to open up. You can set restrictions on jobs. You can also type in a job name if you're looking for one, and there's a list of jobs with the name keyword domestic in it. You can reorder the items on your job if you want to, using these little arrows over here, or at resource level over here. Your resources, just to clarify, are materials, labor, plant, and subcontractor. These boxes over here tell you what your resource values are for each of the resource types in this particular line item. One final thing on the financials, if you notice a big rounding error over here, it is because you have probably an item with a 0 value. However, if you do have large quantities at very low rates in your tender or in your bid, you will also see rounding over here, and you can correct that via the decimal places over here by dropping this down and making it larger than 2. You also have a number of functions on these menus over here, which I suggest you play with and experiment what they are, but there are more details in the help manual, and we'll be coming to that in later parts of the training. Well, that's a simple and startup guide. We suggest that you really open the system and play with every function. You're not going to break it before your first training with us, and see how the whole system works. Please also follow the downloadable Welcome to Liberate tutorial, which we have sent you with your welcome letter. Thank you.